only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be, and Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I hope you had a nice weekend. It was relatively uneventful. Certainly nothing like the forecast as far as our weather was concerned. Fortunately for us, I guess, the worst part of it was well to the south. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but in case many of you are kind of curious, like what in the world happened with all this 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10-inch forecast? Where did all the snow go? Well, it went to areas that normally don't get much, if any at all. And unfortunately, along with the snow came some bitter cold temperatures as well. We're looking at some pretty chilly temperatures, too. Actually, this temperature right now of 19 degrees at noon or just before is one of the coldest we have seen in close to 10 months. 19 degrees at the airport. It is 20 at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is at 22. Downtown Bay City is at 21. We do have a south breeze under 10 miles per hour. 30.32 and steady is the barometric pressure. That's one of the reasons why we saw the system move the way it did, because of a high pressure. We do have a wind chill out there. It is 10 degrees, which is quite a bit warmer than what it was a little bit earlier, where we did see a number of locations looking at 0, if not below 0 wind chills a little bit earlier this morning. West Branch, I believe, had a wind chill of something like 5 below 0 just before sunrise this morning. We're watching a low pressure system over Minnesota. That low is going to be moving to the east, almost straight east. And then we're going to see another low pressure system like it moving right across through the Dakotas, across northern Michigan as we move through the middle of the week. And then the end of the week, we're going to see another system move through. What's happening is prior to the systems moving through, the temperatures warm up. After they skip through, then the temperatures drop back down. And that's the way we're going to be looking here for about the next 7 days. A little bit of an upward tick, then a downward tick, then up and then down. Average temperature for this time of the year is 31. The normal low is 19. We're going to be lucky to hit 26 for a high. We will have some southwest breeze that will try to warm us up a little bit, because there is a high pressure system over western Ohio, but there is that low pressure system, which is north of Superior. The two of them working together is what's eventually going to warm us up a little bit. Tonight is the primary example, because after a high of 26, we're going to drop down to 21. Clouds will be on the increase, especially in northern Michigan. The high pressure system giving us the chance of a little bit warmer temperatures is going to be well off into West Virginia. So that's why we're going to warm up a little bit, but not that much. 34 is our projected high for the day tomorrow, with clouds on the increase as we go through the day. Another low pressure system, this one over South Dakota, is going to be moving into Wisconsin by evening. Tomorrow night will only drop down to about 30 for a low tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, clouds, scattered snow shower activity, windy. We're going to have a southwest wind. Chances are right now we're going to be looking at wind gusts of close to 30 miles per hour during the day on Wednesday. So that's going to warm us up a little bit, but that's the sign that our temperatures are going to be dropping. Wednesday night, we'll have a low of about 17. Then on Thursday, 22 will be our high. A chance again of seeing some snow shower activity later in the day on Thursday and Thursday night. Then our temperature is going to drop down into single digits on Thursday night and stay that way for Friday and Friday night. Friday's high with partly cloudy skies will be 22. We'll have a low of 9. Then we'll start to warm up just a little bit with clouds on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, another chance of seeing some snow shower activity as that next low pressure system will be moving through. So we've got two more that we're going to be watching middle week and then on the weekend. And then we'll be moving into next week where our temperatures will still be on average below normal for this time of the year. Precipitation pattern at normal. Now, where did all the snow go? Well, first of all, where did the cold go? You know, it's pretty chilly around here. Some of the cooler weather that we have seen so far for the year. New Orleans was breaking all sorts of record highs last week and over the weekend. They had a wind chill this morning in New Orleans of 29. Jacksonville, Florida, 29 wind chill. Birmingham, Alabama had a wind chill of 20. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a wind chill of 19. There was a 50-degree temperature drop in New Orleans over a 24-hour period of time. And on top of all that, there were locations in northern Alabama that got 6 inches of snow. Asheville, North Carolina, they were looking at somewhere between 5 and 7 inches of snow. In northern Georgia, there were a number of locations that had close to a foot of snow over the last day to day and a half. So where did all the snow go? It went there. It looks as though that system is pretty well cleared out, but the colder temperatures are going to be sticking around. And on top of all of the cold temperatures, they did have wind gusts of close to hurricane force down along the Gulf Coast states. And of course, the winds have died down, but the cold air is there, and the cold air is going to stay for the next several days. Record high in this date is 56. That was set back in 2004. The record low 8 below zero set in 1981. The most snow that we've ever had on a January the 3rd, 6.9 inches. That was back in 1999. The average snowfall for the month of January is just under 14 inches here in the Great Lakes Bay region. The most snow in one January ever in recorded history back in 1967, where we had just under 31 inches of snow. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Gary Kaufman standing by at Star of the West to tell us what's happening as we crack open the Board of Trade for the new year. He'll be along in a moment. But first of all, this reminder, the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michigan Corn Growers. This reminder, coming up 26th and 27th of January at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, it's the 8th annual Great Lakes Crop Summit. Now, the deadline to reserve rooms, we're coming up here pretty close, Tuesday, January the 7th. So you've still got a little bit of time to do that, but it might be a great idea to check it out. Again, it says Tuesday, January the 7th, but I don't believe that is a Tuesday. You might want to just check it out. Get a hold of Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort and see if registration is still available to reserve a room. Early registration price, though, is going to be wrapping up here pretty quick. So again, Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, 26th, 27th of January at, Soaring Eagle Casino, the 8th annual Great Lakes Crop Summit. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman at Star of the West. Happy New Year to you, Gary. Are the traders in Chicago helping us out a little bit?
Well, good morning, Terry. Happy New Year to you as well. Early on, the markets were just screaming higher, Terry. I mean, early opened up last night higher, and this morning was higher, trading pretty much South America weather and the influx of new speculative money. But, God, since 11 o'clock, we've turned lower across the board, except for soybeans are still hanging on to some positive. But, yeah, we've had a 28-cent range in wheat this morning already, Terry, 18 cents on corn, and a quarter range in soybeans. So,
boy, just no respect at all, are they?
No. So is that a thing to come? Volatility in the new year? Here we go. So anyhow, right now, let's call cash wheat, Terry, down 16 at 7.15 on the white, 6.80 on the red. New crop is down 14 at 7.46 on the white, 6.86 on the red. Cash corn currently down 7 at 5.31. New crop is down 3 at 4.88. Cash soybeans, let's call it up 3 at 12.72, and new crop up 6, Terry, at 12.10.
So, doesn't sound like there's any change as far as what we're expecting some of the crops in these other areas around the world.
Well, South America, and Brazil's got, kind of a double-edged sword going on down there. So some of the analysts are really watching that. Northern Brazil is too wet, and southern Brazil is too dry. So they're looking at, possibly rehashing some production estimates down there. And we'll get those new estimates on the 12th, Terry. We got a USDA report out on the 12th. So we'll see some new numbers then and see if they're correct. But other than that, export sales came out this morning, and they were under the trade estimates, and that may be attributed to some of the downward motion today. I mean, they were looking for 20 to 29 million bushel on corn. It came in, on the low end of the range, and soybeans were looking at 51 to 70 million bushel, and it came in below the range. And we were looking for 7 to 17 million bushel, and it came in below the range. So that may have attributed to some of the turnaround in the market here in the last 45 minutes. So,
but again, soybeans were hanging on.
Yep, soybeans were still on the positive. So, but yeah, demand still, even though we're behind sales, demand still remains strong in the crush market on beans, and then demand for ethanol market, demand for corn is still fairly strong. So we figured these volatility, these lows that are coming in will be well supported moving forward. So
all right, Gary, you take care. Have a good day. All right.
I will. You do the same. Thanks.
Will do. You bet. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. A little bit more as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. Happy New Year to each and every one of you from all of the folks at Schaefer and Beerline. And if you are looking for a new Ram commercial truck or van, get it from a dealer that's been around since 1852. Schaefer and Beerline knows trucks and vans, so buy with confidence from a dealer where family and service sells cars. They are the Great Lakes Bay Area certified ag dealer, Schaefer and Beerline. And by Kryzak's House Family Restaurant, got an event coming up here in the not too distant future. Don't forget Punchki Day. Before you know it, we'll be there first part of March. Kryzak's House Family Restaurant will supply the food for you, whatever your event is. 989-894-5531. That's the number. They're a great place to dine in, as well as many folks can witness over the holidays. Kryzak's House, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. Morning, Doug.
Good morning.
What are we looking at now?
Well, it looks like the traders, the sellers, I should say, kind of slept in today, but they woke up and they were kind of ornery, like you said. And wheat's down 2%, corn's down 1%. The only thing that's not going down is heating oil and gasoline. They're both up 1.25%. Crude oil's up about 0.75%. Precious metals all getting pounded pretty good. Gold down 1.5%, silver 2.5%, platinum 1.5%. So that's all gone down. The dollar's a little stronger today, so that could explain some of it. The Canadian dollar being weaker, almost 1%. So that probably puts a little bit of damper on wheat, especially. So anyway, here's your numbers. The March corn is 586.5. That is down 6 3/4. December corn is 543.5. That's down 2 1/4. Let's see, this is March wheat. That is March soybeans 1345.5. That's up 6 1/4. The July soybeans 1361, up 6 cents. The March wheat is 755.5, down 15 1/4. And then December wheat is 757 3/4, down 12 1/4. The Canadian dollar is 75.83. That's up 62 ticks. And the Canadian dollar. The crude oil 75.83. That's up 62 cents. The heating oil is 235.84. That's up 3.5 cents. Gasoline is 225.85. That's up 3 cents. Natural gas is 3.56. That is up 0.3 of a penny. Now the Canadian dollar, 127.53. That's up 119 ticks. The yen is at 115.27, up 19 ticks. The euro is at 112.89. That's down 79 ticks. The dollar's at 96.28. That's up 31 ticks. Gold's at 17.99.80, down 28.80. Silver's at 22.83, down 52 1/4 cents. Platinum's at 948.50. It's down $16.
A little bit of a dive down there.
Oh, and remember Evergrande? They went bankrupt.
Really?
That was that big Chinese deal over there, the real estate developer.
Yeah.
So they've got some $300 billion in bonds that may or may not get paid for. And then they got an order from the Chinese government that said you have to tear down 39 buildings that maybe they didn't get a building permit for.
Oh, my.
And they said, no big deal. We'll just tear them down. No big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've got some COVID money that they could have, right?
Right. Yeah. Send them some PPE money.
Hey, there you go.
Okay.
Doug, take care.
Okay. Yep.
All righty. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. I'll talk about all of the different dollars that are coming out of Washington, D.C. Let's, when we return, we're going to talk to Eric Sawatsky over at Yo and Yo. From what I understand, the legislators here legislators here in Michigan have passed a new law regarding S corporations. Eric will be joining us in just a moment, but first this.
At Ellen's Equipment, they know you expect premium performance and dependable durability from your New Holland equipment, and you should demand the same from the parts you put inside it. Only C&H Industrial Genuine parts are guaranteed to perform to the rigorous standards of your New Holland equipment. They're engineered to work harder and last longer so you can maximize your uptime and minimize your maintenance intervals. Others can imitate, but none can replicate. Nothing beats the original C&H Industrial Genuine parts. For C&H Industrial Genuine parts, visit Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Ithaca, or Beale City.
Last week, we had a chance to talk to Mark Seaman and Mike Staten about a series of soybean on-farm research updates. The meetings are kicking off here in the next couple of days or so. January the 5th, it'll be at the Trestle Stop Restaurant in Hamilton, Michigan. January 6th, that's the one closest to many of you in our listening area, the Brentwood Restaurant on Park Street in Carroll. Again, that's January the 6th. Then we move into next week, January the 11th. That's down in Adrian at the Lenawee 4-H Center. On the 19th, Portland, Michigan, the Wagon Wheel American Grill. Then on January 20th, it's going to be in Three Rivers, and January 21st at Agri-Liquids in St. John's. So again, for more information, you can contact the folks. Just get a hold of the Soybean Association office. Their telephone number is 989-652-3294. Along with me is Eric Sawatsky at Yo and Yo Accounting. Eric, Happy New Year to you, first of all. And second of all, from what I understand, we got some new legislation to talk about affecting some of our corporations and partnerships.
Yeah, Terry, we did. We got a little Christmas present from the Michigan legislature, and Governor Whitner signed it into law. So we're looking at a new tax option, new tax law, I guess, that is just about a week old. It's so new that the Michigan Treasury isn't even completely sure how they're going to process this yet. But here's kind of the gist of what we know so far. It is a new Michigan flow-through entity tax, which basically means any entity that is owned and the tax is paid by the shareholder. So an S corporation, a partnership, an LLC, those entities will be able to make an election to pay the Michigan income taxes that the shareholder normally pays on their personal income tax return, to pay that at the entity level. The company would actually pay those Michigan income taxes. So the impact of that is that it would become a deduction for the business and would pass through and be deductible for federal and state tax purposes. The main reason the legislature did this is because of the cap on property taxes and income taxes when you're looking to itemize. So currently that's $10,000 a year is all that's allowed for federal income taxes. When you're itemizing, if your income tax plus your property tax exceeds that $10,000, you weren't able to take those deductions. And many people, as we've talked about in other calls, haven't even been able to itemize anymore because of all those changes. So this would allow the shareholders to actually deduct the state income tax payments separately. They would be deducted at the entity level. And then the Michigan return would give you a credit for those taxes paid, and you wouldn't have to pay them again on your Michigan personal income taxes. So in the end, it sounds like a good thing at this point in time, but there's a lot of logistics the state has to figure out, partially how these payments will be made by the entities on behalf of the shareholder. It sounds like you're going to have to use the Michigan Treasury Online payment system, which some companies already have set up for payroll taxes. But a lot of it's going to be kind of see what happens as they develop it on their end. But it's something that could be in effect here retroactively back for 2021.
All right. Good information. And Eric, we can get more information from you by just giving you a call at Yo and Yo, right?
Yes, definitely. 989-793-9830, or go to our website, yoandyo.com.
Eric Sawatsky, thank you very much. We really appreciate the information. Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today. 989-868-4444. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland,